we now have more talk than ever of people going into their bunkers, buying doomsday bunkers, and we are seeing people in large scale make these moves. If you start with Switzerland, Switzerland is prepared to move millions of its people underground into bunker facilities in case of nuclear fallout. We've been hearing a lot of rhetoric surrounding that here lately. It just so happens to be where Klaus Schwab and his buddies are sitting in Switzerland, with what you could say is like the biggest by square foot underground facility to house people anywhere in the world. Millions and millions and millions can just go running underground. They're prepared as they starve off the rest. Now, we're seeing some of the prices on these things go through the roof as well. You can see that the plans for just this one here, the Aristocrat here in the background, going for over $8 million. Most people have nowhere near this type of money to get by in a situation like this. So what we've talked about before are the abandoned underground facilities, like the one in Cincinnati, that was going to be an underground train depot and all this other stuff that was never used and just sat there. Things like that in many other cities. And there's underground tunneling systems in places like LA and other large cities that are known. You know, there has to be some kind of plan in terms of avoiding nuclear fallout if you don't have a bunker. Well, as I said before, Switzerland, top of the list of people in places that have these big bunkers, and it's continuing to spread as they're saying that more and more people are running out trying to get these at this moment. We just had a case here in my own state where some nutcase himself was staking out people in the area that had underground bunkers, and then he went in and he shot people. So keep that in mind. I mean, he was just a nut, just watching and paying attention and listening to the locals saying, oh yeah, well, Bob and Mary just built a bunker over there in their big compound behind that fence. Well, you had a nutcase out there making note of it and then going up and capping them because he didn't have it. So, just some updated information here on the bunkers. I'm going to go into greater detail on the live stream, dive into some of the prices and some of what the everyday person can do out there in a situation like this that can't afford to get a bunker. So join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord that are prophesying, preaching, and teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakathum. Sheba the Raj wanted to say a few words on this video from the guy Dabu. You know, these elites, they're trying to flock to these bunkers, man, and that basically tells you what time it is. Now, we figured that there would be bunkers as elaborate as this. You know, this is one is over $8 million, you know, and you can see it's pretty elaborate. You got a several car garage here, all right, and you can see compared to that garage and how many cars, how big the rest of this spot is. But you looking at these, you talking about these places in Switzerland, like you were saying, the guy Klaus Schwab. I mean, there's bunkers and underground spaces big enough to house millions and millions of people, man, and that's written in the scriptures. All right, everything you see in the news, you basically find out that we've been telling you this, a version of it, for a very long time now. You know, it's not gonna mention the name Switzerland, or it's not gonna mention, you know, caves in Kansas, you know, but you can clearly read the scriptures and see what the prophets were saying. All right, you can see it happening before our very eyes. Now, these guys aren't gonna make it, man. All right, but that shows you how quickly things are turning up. All right, because they have a plan, but at the same time, they're not in control. They know that it's whenever the Most High says go. So they have a plan of when they want to flip the switch for this charagma and this and that and this and that. But things can happen where the Most High speeds things up that we can't see, you know, that causes Esau to alter his plans to speed things up. So he's very, very jumpy right now. All right, he doesn't know if a fleet of chariots is gonna show up or what, man. He doesn't know if the Most High is gonna set off a nuclear silo like angels have been known to do, or to shut them down at least. You know, this guy's getting nervous, and when this guy gets nervous, he gets dangerous. He starts to lash out. All right. And the scriptures speak about him having great wrath coming down upon on the Israelites, man. All right. So we're in that time, and it's very, very close. But let's read a couple scriptures that prove it. This is Isaiah 2. And I'll start at 8. It says, their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands. All right, because that's all this place is. It's all self-worship. You know, look at the selfie. You know, birthdays. You know, you get looked down upon if you don't have birth, even in a church. What you mean you can't celebrate a birthday? Well, we tell you that's idol worship. People look at you. All right, you know, and everything that they built in this place, these monuments, you know, that they built, they worship these things, man. All right. Everywhere you look is some form of idolatry, even if it's your own self. All right. It says that which their own fingers have made, and the mean man boweth down, and the great man humbleth himself. Therefore forgive them not. All right. So just get ready, man. This guy's getting ready to be brought down. All right. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust, for fear of the Lord Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty, man. And that's basically where these guys are at, man. The mean man, they getting ready to say, oh shit, they about to, you know, humble. Get humbled real quick. They're gonna see a chariot zap something. All right. They may see a brother with spiritual power run through a few heathen, you know. They may see their left-hand creations, because you know they got them. They got drones and robots and, you know, space satellites and laser technology and all of these different things that we haven't even seen yet. And they're gonna see Jake overcome it, and then they're gonna get scared. All right. It says, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust, for fear of the Lord Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled. All right. That's all you proud ass people, man, that just got this vexing spirit on you, man. You know, it's vexing to me when I see you people walking up and down and just smiling. A lot of you got face coverings on. All right. In this constant spirit of mirth, you know, getting some type of fulfillment in a place that's just surrounded with death. Everything you touch, you breathe in is just death. All right. Everything. It says, and the Lord Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day, man. So we're not shocked at this at all, because it said you guys would flee and run into the rocks. All right. Hide in the dust. All right. It means you're gonna go underground. You're gonna go in the mountains and caves. You know, even underwater. You're gonna try to escape, man. This is Amos 9:2. It says, I'll start at 1, actually. It says, I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. All right. Now, this lintel of the door, this is really symbolic of those who are not covered, because we had the Pesach recently. All right. You know, that we held as a solemn assembly with no wrestling matches or rap battles or deep sea fishing expeditions. All right. We just held it solemnly, low key. All right. And we prayed that the Most High has the death angel pass over us. Now, all of you guys that took over the Passover unworthily, or worse, you didn't take it at all, or you don't care about the things that the Most High cares about. Well, this is you, man. It says, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake. See, our doorposts are not going to be shaken. We're not going to get cut in the head, because the Most High has reserved certain men, all right, that he's going to get the glory out of by raising us up. You know, Lord willing, I be of that number, and all of the brothers that are diligent in this thing, man. It says, and cut them in the head, all of them, and I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away. and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. So there's no escape. A lot of you guys had a doctrine trying to flee America. Y'all gonna try to cross the border. Y'all try to go to Canada and Mexico, and some of you over there in Israel now, thinking you're gonna escape the judgment. But there's no escape. All right. If he's gonna grab Esau from the crevices of the earth, what makes you think he's gonna not gonna get to your black ass, man? All right. It says, verse 2, though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. All right. That means they're gonna go underground. They're digging tunnels right now. They already have them set up, basically, and it's an exclusive club. So it's basically no niggas allowed unless you're a servant. All right. They are gonna have servant class Jakes down there. They're still gonna want to live good. They're gonna have champagne and caviar and all types of abominable foods that they call delicacies, like lobster and shit. It's gonna look like the Titanic down there, man. Everybody's gonna be nice, dressed up. It's gonna be like their life was never upended, and that's how nice these bunkers are. When you look at this, man, this is elite, man. All right, but Jake, you're gonna be working outside, and outside. But when I say outside, I mean outside of the bunker. You're gonna still be underground, but y'all gonna be out there, man, trying to serve these elites. And the Lord is gonna send His men and angels down there to deal with you. It says, though they climb to heaven, thence will I bring them down. That means, they're gonna look to what they call an ark, try to have a satellite image, not image Salakia, but a satellite station. They have what you call the ISS, the International Space Station. They're gonna try to launch themselves on low Earth orbit, and hide from the Most High, man. Because that's how much damage is gonna be getting done to this place. But it says, thence will I bring them down. It says, and though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, I mean, they're going to try everything. Thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Now, who is the serpent, man? All right. That's going to be Leviathan. I forget what the word is here. It might need to be Napash or something. Nahash. But that serpent is gonna be Leviathan and every other creature he's got down there, man. We're in those times, man. And I pray the Most High has me as part of that battalion with the spiritual powers to go down the bottom of the sea and snatch these people up, man. All right. and why? Because they know the scriptures, They know what it is. They know Yahushua is coming. They know the prophecies better than Jake does. All right, but they just want to prolong their time. So why are they running? This is Psalm 76:12. He shall cut off the spirit of princes. All right. So we're in the time. He's being cut off right now as we speak. With all this infighting and war against Russia and Ukraine, this is him being cut off. It's gonna look like he's winning at the end, but really this whole thing is being confounded. It's collapsing in on itself. All right. It says he is terrible to the kings of the earth. That's why they're running. That's why. Why else are they running? Let me get. Most brothers know this precept. Psalms 149 and 6, it says, let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. All right, and that's talking about the saints, which are the elect. In this scenario, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. All right. So you people have a lot to pay for. All right, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. So the kings and the nobles, that's you rich people here, man. You elites all over the globe. Switzerland, we're gonna go everywhere, man. Every mountain, every cave, we're gonna search out everything and lock you devils up in chains, man. All right. It says to execute upon them the judgment written. So this is already this. There's no stopping it. It's written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. All right. So that's it, man. You know. And I'll get this one last precept because this is this is laughable, man. You really think about it. All right. This guy, you know, that just shows you the level of arrogance and pride in this guy. For him to know the prophecies well enough to prepare, yet he's still gonna try. All right. Revelation 6:15 it says, "And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman," showing you Jake's gonna be down there as well. All right. You poor Edomites, you working class, you other heathen, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. All right. So that shows you this is not just gonna be no 4 or 5, the size of a 4 or 5 bedroom home. No, these things are gonna be huge and elaborate and extensive. Like when you look at that cave network in Missouri, man, it's over 600 miles. There's no way they exploit all of it, but they're gonna go down there, you know. And you know they have things set up down there. All right, so these things are gonna be vast. And it says, "And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne." I mean, they're gonna try to lock themselves in, all right, to try to escape their judgment. Fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. That's Yahweh Shai, man. All right. It says, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? All right. So this is not going to happen, Esau. Period. You know. You're going into slavery. You and the rest of these heathen. You and your people. All right. And the rest of y'all just going to catch a missile over here in America, man. All right. So I wanted to say a few words on that, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and Shalom.